Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at an early access horror game. This is The Falling Sun, a horror game set in World War II Burma, and we are a British officer investigating a disappeared armored company. So I'm not exactly sure where the horror aspect comes in, but I'm sure we'll find out. Now, this isn't one of those spooky walking simulator type games. We actually do get a gun at some point. But this is meant to be more of a slower paced thing, so I don't think we're going to be blasting zombies and skeletons constantly. Campaign, new game.
The war was one of the most horrific ordeals of my entire life. I did things no man should ever have to do. I thought when it finished I would be going home.
Was the light supposed to go out?
How wrong I was. My problems were only just beginning. Looking back now after all this time, I have so many regrets. I only wish I could have done things differently. There are decisions I should not have made. Actions I should not have taken. I regret nothing more, however, than what happened in Burma.
Sorry for holding back your leave on, but we lost contact with 7th Armored Brigade shortly after they were deployed. We fear it must be Colstrip. If you could pop by and sort it out for us, that'd be smashing.
So wait till you're here. Try and find out what the hell happened.
Who said that? The tank? Alright, so we've already had one crash when it couldn't switch resolutions from the menu to gameplay. So we're already off to a good start. Also, that opening cutscene is unskippable. Okay, so, it seems this game does not like to run in the resolution other than your desktop one, which is why there are black bars. But, I guess I'll just have to deal with that. So we've got our gun, we've got our flashlight. For some reason our gun has 11 bullets even though it's in 1911 and should only have 7. 8 at most if there's one in the chamber. But again, we'll just go with it. It's early access. Early access aside, this game is also $5, so I'm not exactly expecting quality here. I think it was more than that when it first came out though. I think it was $10 originally. I could be wrong. I don't actually remember. Alright, so we're wandering around the jungle. Oh, there's our tank there. We're trying to find out what happened to this armored company. I'm not sure why we're essentially going in alone, especially when there's a tank. Is that a door? No, that's not a door. Alright. Is that a door? That looks like a door. Oh, okay. Abruptly just dumped through the door. A loading screen. Guess we're in a bunker here. That door doesn't function. Iron sighting. We've got a very slow sprint. Is that all? We've got one weapon, it seems like. We'll probably find more. We've got our 100% bandages. So if we find someone who's injured... No, I'm just kidding. That's obviously our health. Oh, something spooky. This dead man. I assume it's a man. Or was once a man. That was a disproportionately large amount of noise for what we just saw. What was ostensibly a zombie man limping by, but it sounded like a fucking tyrannosaur. Alright, some ammo. Now, does that mean we have 2 clips, or just 2 extra bullets? Sorry, 2 magazines, not 2 clips. For some reason, I always refer to pistol magazines as clips. even though they haven't really used clips since the original Lugers. I actually have a bad tendency to refer to any sort of small, thin magazine as a clip, and I'm not really sure why. But obviously a clip is anything that isn't one of those box mags, you know, stripper clips and stuff, where it's just a bunch of bullets stuck to a strip of metal and you push them down to the gun and throw the piece of metal away. And it makes a nice little ping sound. Sure, let's follow this dude. Alright, so it seems like that is actually just 2 reserve bullets. Can we take this too? Looks like someone was keeping score. There's the Japanese flag. That's not the Japanese flag, never mind. Forget I said anything. Oh, I guess that, yeah, that is the rising sun. It's just not their basic red circle on a white flag anymore. It's back when they actually used the full sun. Herp derp. History major I am not. I'm especially bad at remembering flags that have changed multiple times. Alright, so can we take this Springfield? Is that what that is? Lee Enfield, maybe? No, apparently it's forever ruined. I mean, there's probably dirt all in there, so probably is actually ruined. Christ. So they were digging up powerful relics from Burma. I guess there's some Indiana Jones World War II occultism going on here. Well, I say World War II occultism. The Germans were pretty into the actual occult. That's where all of these fictional things come from. You know, they really did have an occultism department. Oh, yeah, God, that is a really disorienting level transition. I'm wondering if I went backwards, will I just fall out of the level? Let's not do that. A lot of whispering and loud noises, but not a lot of atmosphere so far. This text is just really unnecessarily jaggedy. Alright, people magically cured of malaria.
My God, what happened here?
I don't know why I thought that said Gesundheit originally. It's a really weird looking torso. One, it looks way bigger than the relative scale. And two, it looks kind of, xenomorphy. Like, you know, if that thing was covering the wall, I would think there's a nest around here. Oh, blobby green rock. Let's head towards the ominous breathing. Ghost fire is the worst fire. Excuse me, sir, have you seen any tanks around here? I'd just like to ask you if you've seen our armored division, and then I'll be on my way. Cheerio, chap. Sir, are you alright? Nope. Jesus Christ. Just came right at me. Wow, he is like 90% blood. Looks like he tried to paint his clothes with blood. So you've got weird looking zombie men. Got some bones showing. Let's gonna lay there. I guess he doesn't know what happened to our armored company. Maybe someone else around here will. I can't tell if headshots are just not effective or if I'm actually shooting through his not head. You know, the bullets are just going over. Because I feel like I was shot him in the head there and he didn't even flinch. Maybe we have to cut off
Look
the
at
limbs.
this place.
Alright. That seems like the kind of statement you'd usually follow up with something, but just look at this place. Oh. Even more abrupt level transition. Okay, tell me if I'm running right now. Am I actually going any faster than walking pace, or is it just slightly crouched? Because I feel like I run at the same speed that I walk, and that's just silly. Early access. I say early access every time I complain about something because you're not allowed to make criticism of the game until it's 100% complete. Then you can call it utter garbage. But until then, it is completely immune to criticism, especially if it doesn't cost a lot of money. At least that's what I've learned from the Steam forums and Steam reviews. Alright. I guess that was supposed to be a spooky noise. And some mossy cobblestone. Wow. Really? 15% health? Pretty shitty first aid kit. Alright, so I've got 2 bullets. That means I'm probably going to die the next time I run into a not zombie. Can I take this? No, of course not. Why would it let me take the perfectly good rifle when I could have this empty pistol? Maybe I can take this katana. No, that's silly. Of course you can't take the katana. That might be useful. Also, not... Why does this guy even have ragdoll? I don't think the other guy had ragdoll. Maybe I can put that in the feature request. Please let me use other things than the pistol. Hell, why didn't it give us that axe? That probably would have been useful. I keep thinking I'm setting off a trap in Metro that, you know, you walk over a tripwire and you hear the fuse. That's what I keep hearing when I'm walking around here. I'm like, oh shit, am I about to explode? Mind if I borrow your radio, chap? Cheerio. It's plum tucked. Maybe this note will tell us why the radio is not working. Reich Minister of Culture. Alright, we might have enough bullets to kill a zombie now. That looks like a level transition. Yep. What happens if I go backwards? I'm just curious now. There's an invisible wall. That's what happens. Talk about organic transitions. Look, you can't go backwards because I said you can't go backwards, okay? Alright. Some colored fire. Things are getting way spookier now. Any bullets back here? Nope. Just a pointless secret area. And there's a seaman level there. Early access. Let me just sprint up this piece of wood. Can you feel the speed? I mean, we are British officers, so that might explain why we have no stamina. I'm just kidding. Brits can be tough. What is wrong with this water? Oh, hey, look, a grenade. I guess we'll take... Nope, of course we won't take that with us. Oh my god. So, you can't walk up these stairs. You have to jump up the stairs. I feel like any game where you have to jump upstairs because, for whatever reason, you can't just walk up them, is a game that is not very well designed. And that's just one of those critical signs. Alright, got some gigantic shovels. We've got this hellish pit of souls. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck again. This thing is just... Oh, it's a face. That's kind of weirdly placed. Do you think there's a whole statue, like, standing and looking up under there? Alright. Instead of zombies down here, we have horrible flesh beasts, which I guess could also be zombies without clothes. Zombies have no borders. But yeah, seriously, they make way more noise and try to sound way more intimidating than they actually are. It's like, just have him, you know, moan and make monster noises. He doesn't need to be like blah, 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 when he shows up.
Sounds like they're making a stand.
I have a feeling that we will not see any living human beings in this game. He's not gonna stop following me. Oh good, my last bullet. Didn't really have time for a tussle there, chap, but if you're gonna be insistent, I'll give you the old London Woodfall. Please don't spawn another enemy, I have no more bullets. Yep. That's what doors looked like in World War II. I feel like these elaborate gears weren't part of most doors. It looks a little too steampunk, I don't know. And then again, I've never been to any World War II bunkers. Obviously, we don't really have a lot of those over here in North America. At least not ones that were actually meant to be used. Instead of emergency ones. Hey, look, everybody's dead. Because it's probably too hard to model and animate living human beings. Oh, sure, we'll just take... Nope, of course you can't take that. This is a horror game. Why have a horror game where, you know, there are no weapons available and you're in a bad situation, when you could just have a horror game where there are guns everywhere, but your character is mostly a pacifist? I feel like that would be a good twist for an indie horror game. You play as a character who's a pacifist, there are weapons available, but your character refuses to use them early on.
I guess this is the only way forward.
Especially if it's a game with, like, human enemies, and you just refuse to fight them. Sort of like, I guess, what they wanted to do with Tomb Raider, and then eventually you get to a point where you have no choice, you kill somebody, and suddenly violence is okay. Anybody in? Monster delivery? I can't even do a Japanese accent. I was gonna read that out loud, but I can't even wrap my head around what that would sound like without doing the stereotypical Asian accent, which is not really a real accent. Burma. Do you have anything useful? You have a medkit. Oh, that's good enough, I guess. I could take your grenade. No. It just really bugs me that there's all this stuff lying around and nobody takes it. But yeah, I think that pacifist idea had some wholesome water there. It's sort of like Manhunt, except you're not supposed to be killing them. You're supposed to be avoiding them because you don't want to kill them. Though that would have to be someone with much stronger force of will than survival instinct. My research buddy was bitten by a ghost cobra. Alright, more tunnels. Jeez, someone has to make a horrible collection video of just all the times I say alright in videos. It's probably way too many. Book? Can't read that. Don't be silly. Unless it's a single sheet of paper, I can't read it. Alright. The bullets do seem to be going through him and hitting the wall behind him. Get your fat body out of the way. Oh. Oh, what? What? If I hit V, my gun disappears. Is that like a Unity default command or something? Alright, well, I think that's probably as much as we're really going to see here. I don't think anything's going to change anytime soon. So maybe we should call it for...
What on earth happened down there?
The falling sun. Why is my screen all red now? I have almost full health. I'm starting to think that this game might not be very good.
They must have been attacked from behind.
But seriously, why is it got like a damage indicator when I'm not taking any damage? What were they thinking? What was this guy thinking? Oh, how did I end up in this game? Well, probably the Unity asset store if I had to guess. More zombimens. Let's see what's at the end of this ravine and then we'll call it. All these people in lab coats thinking they're real researchers. I don't need a bloody lab coat to research, all I need is a hat. And the other side of the ravine appears to be much the same, including a box of ammo that of course we can't open, and a box that's just on fire in a way that doesn't really make sense. Also, wouldn't this be American stuff if it's got the white star?
Finally. I'm above ground.
I'm sensing a pattern here. Do we just constantly follow the
At least
gunshots?
It sounds like they're putting up a good fight.
This is one of those zombie situations that doesn't really make sense to me because, you know, magic or not, these are basically just shitty, typical, sort of quick zombies,
Got
not
to find
fast
some way
zombies.
to fix the lift.
And like, we're taking them down in a couple shots, so I think a company of trained soldiers probably shouldn't have that much trouble. Especially if there's none of this, you know, modern zombie bit and infected stuff going on, if it's all cursed zombies. Maybe they got bit by ghost cobras and became cursed zombies. I guess if I continued here, I'd have to play the entire game with this red filter since it didn't go away when we went through the door. Alright, so they made zombies. That's not really a surprise there. Other than the setting, which doesn't really seem to be influencing the game too much. There really doesn't seem to be anything special about this. Oh, look, What? Look at my health. I'm trying to use this more than and it didn't use up when I... I think we're done here, Falling Sun. You had your chance and you squandered it. Why is this text so much easier to read than the other text? I mean, it's still a little blurry, but it looks better? Like, what? Is the key? We have to stop now. This is The Falling Sun. It's available on Steam. It's $5. It's early access. It's not great. It doesn't really seem like the best kind of awful either, so I probably wouldn't want to see what happens in the rest of this. It just seems kind of eh. You wander around, occasionally a zombie man makes a bunch of noise, and then you shoot him, and then probably repeat. I don't even know if you find another gun ever. Okay, this elevator doesn't work. Yeah, you folks all take care. I'm in Shadefire, and maybe don't go to Burma. If Burma's anything like this. Until the next time, I've been Shadefire, and I'll see you folks all again then. End video.